Did that do it? Mic auxiliary audio. Okay, well, did that make the difference? Is the audio coming out? I'm seeing it move. Did that do it? Oh, there it goes. I think audio works. Did that make the difference? Is the audio coming out? I can hear myself, but I don't see anybody. Seeing it move. I need someone to respond. There it goes. Because I have no picture, which I don't understand. Is it because I have something blocking or no? No, my webcam's not on, but it's just a webcam. But I don't. Somebody asked me stuff. So far, it's working? Question mark. Well, I got the audio portion. That's the most important part. That's. Honestly, yeah. I mean, if it was just the visuals and no audio, then there'd be no freaking point. Oh, God, no, I'm not gonna keep this up for long. I guess I gotta look into why the visuals aren't working. Hold up, wait. I think I know what to do. Because what I wanted to do was to share my screen, and I don't know how to do that yet. Start virtual. Oh wait. What's a virtual camera? How I've been just reading stuff and just getting ready for the holiday season. Hold on, what is virtual camera? Hold on, what is this? Still laughing. Yeah, I'm here. It's just that I never noticed this thing. It says start virtual camera. What does that do? I'm gonna push this button. I'm gonna see what happens. Because I was kind of hoping that I could share my screen instead, but I haven't been able to do that. What is virtual camera? Oh wait, is it has something to do with this thing? Is that anything to do? I guess not. I don't know. Okay, there is nothing. Nothing in the visual department. But hopefully the audio will be better than what you're normally used to, because this time I'm actually using my mic that you hear in videos. I'm going to put stop virtual camera because I have no idea what that's doing. I guess I need to put like an overlay or something. Am I going to check out the Netflix Scott Pilgrim series? I don't really have a mood. I did see the movie like when it was new, but I don't know how I feel about that. I think I saw that movie when I was just barely getting into anime or wasn't into anime yet, one or the other. And I know right now that's sort of the appeal of it, but at the moment I just kind of like I'm not too excited for it. Did I read Devilman Volume 2? I'm assuming you mean the actual manga, or I'm assuming you're referring to me like how come I haven't made a video for Devilman Volume 2 is that I just never got around to it, even though Volume 2 actually does have some additional pages that are not in the original 5-volume series. Yeah, I guess there's no point because I was looking at the chat through my phone, but I could see the chat on two locations. I could see it both on my YouTube and on the OBS. I guess I can where is the webcam manage? What's manage? Is that a schedule thing? Maybe I shouldn't mess around with that. Maybe I should just close it because I don't know why I'm getting like two different things. What's this? I'm kind of curious which ones come in faster. Oh, screw it. I'll just look at the OBS. I forgot that Jaggy learned Nanto Seiken from dumb username. I'm gonna have to catch up to these. But yeah, Jaggy showcases it like briefly during this fight with Kenshiro, and I don't know if it's ever been expanded upon. I don't remember if the Jaggy Gaiden or some other Gaiden mentioned that. I want to say Amoeba is the one that taught him, but I could be wrong on that. Let me go back. Because I really wanted to share my screen, and that way it would be more presentable what to talk. That way you know what to look at. Audio works. Hey Manly, how are you doing? So yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah, I already answered that. Sorry, Alistair. I can hear you now, dude. Chaosig 9981. This is gonna be a very short stream because I will be going to bed within the next 20 minutes or so. I just wanted to test this out, and so far the test is partially successful. I know Nick the Neat was here earlier. I don't know if he still is, or Cool Taff. The only problem is that I don't know if I can mute the audio. And whenever I have to leave the room, let's see, lock of volume, unhide all, filters, or maybe if I push this button. I'm gonna assume that actually did mute my mic. I hope it that way, in case I need to do that. Last month I saw the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and gave out candy during trick or treat. Ah, okay. No, the trick or treat was pretty dead over here where I'm living at. Also, the weather was cold, so it really didn't help. From Chaosic again, what I have been reading. What I finished reading was Kengan Asura and End of the Century Leader Takeshi. There we go. I finally said that right. Other things I finished around this year was also Shin Mazinger Zero, the entire thing. I know there was something else, but now I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, it was the Tough series. It was the first part 1 Tough and the sequel. I think that's all the new stuff that I read. I want to say there was one more other thing, but yeah. I'm currently on a Discord voice chat watching some friends play Day Shift at Freddy's. Oh, Goliath versus Conan. Who's your money on? Goliath versus Conan. And now you gotta now you gotta specify this to me, like Goliath as in Goliath from Gargoyles and Conan as in Conan the Barbarian. I'm not quite sure which characters you're addressing. Oh, so you've been interested in Five Nights at Freddy? Because what I'm actually kind of interested in is Poppy Playtime somewhat. Is that I just like the whole horror toy aesthetic. And I'm just kind of curious if well, the next chapter is supposed to come out at the end of the end of this year. So I'm kind of hoping the story like moves up some places, because I've just been looking at game footage. I haven't played it myself. Because that's sort of what I had to do with RoboCop, Rogue City, which is basically the best RoboCop sequel movie we finally got after so many years. I couldn't play the game because it was on PS5 and some other online stuff, which like I don't trust my laptop for like gaming. I don't think it can handle it. I think Shin taught Jaggy Southstar, and that could be a possibility. Oh, you know what? Let me look at the chat somewhere else. And second thought, you know what? I'm actually gonna look at it through my phone because it's easier for me to scroll. Here, it's sort of like a bit of more of a hassle. The dark screen, dark void. Let me go back. And this December, we're going to try to see Godzilla -1. Yeah, I would like to see that too. Have you read the Spriggan Deluxe manga? Nope. I don't really even know what Spriggan actually is. I know it's gotten like, I think a reboot confirmed, and it's supposed to be the first OVA ever made. I think that's the first OVA ever made, or something else, or maybe I'm thinking of Dalos. That's the first OVA. Get some rest and take care. Goliath from Gargoyles. Yeah, okay. Rogue City set after RoboCop 3. Actually, no, it's set before RoboCop 3. It's in between two. It's a midquel story that's in between 2 and 3. Because they're hinting at events of part 3 with the Kanemitsu Japanese company trying to buy out OCP. Because there's a lot of 1 and 2 material thrown in here. And then towards the end of the game, that's when part 3 stuff starts coming in. You don't fight the Otomo samurai, the samurai androids, but you do see them like in one credit sequence. You see 2 of them. I think it was 2 or 1, one or the other, next to the person in charge of the Kanemitsu organization. And then they did mention Bertha, which is the one that's leader of the resistance. And the only reason I remember her name is because he's played by C.H. Pounder. I forgot her full name, but she's the voice of Amanda Waller from the Justice League Unlimited series. So that was like a plus for me. Yeah, Dalos was the first OVA. Spriggan was a manga, movie, then series. From Chaosic. So, Hero, what do you think of Netflix live-action adaptation of Yu Yu Hakusho? Also, you ever do any anime or manga review of the series? I would have to, like, watch the whole thing from beginning, because I'm going to have to anyways for Toguro whenever I get around to the manly villains list, because that's mainly the reason I started trying to reread some manga, because I needed to go back and find candidates. I think there's a total of 15 and 16 of characters that I have the slots full, and some could still be interchangeable, but some I need to have a refresher course and think about how I feel about them. The wait, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the Hakusho. Because so far the live action, I'm just sort of like okay with it. Some people are kind of hoping for Dark Tournament material, but I don't think it's gonna happen, because I was actually questioning what exactly, why did the Dark Tournament need to exist, and I was trying to recall the reasons why Yusuke even participated, and I want to say Toguro was threatening to attack Yusuke's loved ones, and that's why he had to go. But then I think there was some stuff behind the scenes with what were they called, the Black Club, with Sakio in charge. Maybe that's the reason. I don't really exactly recall the specifics on why the tournament itself exists, other than, just to provide fights. Because I know there was character interactions with each member, and I do feel those 4 characters do need scenes to bond together, and that's where it mainly happens. But since the Netflix adaptation seems to be omitting Dark Tournament by introducing a Bui, and because it looks like they're combining the finale of Dark Tournament with the Rescue Yukina stuff, plus the Saint Beast arc. It feels like Team Toguro is the one in charge of the whole Saint Beast zombie virus thing that they were doing in that arc. So I don't necessarily see the need why it doesn't have to take place at the tournament, is what I'm getting at. So I'm still curious of like what they're gonna do with Genkai. Also, that Koenma's in the full handsome mode instead of his little baby form. So I really don't think the Dark Tournament's gonna happen. I think everything's just gonna be like it's a TV series, right? Because I wasn't even aware if it was supposed to be a movie or a show. Because if it's a show, then they could just cram in those storylines into like one narrative. Then after that, they could just focus on Chapter Black. And if they want to do the 3 King sagas, that's fine. But I don't know, like I'm not super excited for it. It's kind of the same reason how I feel for the live action One Piece, where it's not really doing anything for me, even though it has a positive reception. It's essentially gaining a bunch of new fans, and I'm just like, well, it's not gonna do that for me. I've been a fan since the Foxbox days, the 4Kids days. So, One Piece has always been on and off for me, because usually whenever I catch up, I just like sit on it for like a couple of years, and then I go back to it, and then keep rinse and repeating until I catch up. Because right now I'm rewatching the I started rewatching from Punk Hazard, and I'm in Dressrosa. I'm watching the dub for this since now the dub's gotten like into the thousands. So all of the new material has pretty much has an English voice cast now, and I've just been kind of curious at some things. I've been rewatching some of the movies and specials and all that. Because where I initially cut up was somewhere in Wano, just right before they're gonna do the Whitebeard and Roger flashbacks, and that's where when I caught up to the series. So now I have like a few years. I sat on it for a few years, and now I gotta get back to it. No, I haven't read Shiguri. I'm guessing you mean Shiguri Death Frenzy. The only thing I read the username is from the author's other work, which is Apocalypse Zero, aka Kakugo no Suzume, because that was a pretty hardcore show, a hardcore manga, a lot of discipline, a lot of some pseudo like shit. Well, what's the word for? I forgot what was the not tyrannical or wow, I forgot the term imperialist. There's a lot of like pseudo imperialist messages in it, but you know the Kago himself is like a very heroic person. That's just like part of his upbringing. Leo Cepada, have you read JoJo? So I'm currently reading it. Yeah, I have experienced JoJo many years ago. Uh, I just don't necessarily care for the JoJo Leon and JoJo Land stuff. Steel Ball Run, I was just like on and off with it. I didn't really like it, to be honest. When it comes to JoJo, I was a fan through the OVA series because that was my first exposure to it. And then from there, I read 1, 2, and 3. And then the anime for 1 and 2 came out. And all of this was like 2011, 2012. So that's how long I've been into JoJo. But which I don't know. I kind of feel like saying like shame on you for asking me that, because the last big video I did was about JoJo and Fist of the North Star. It's on the channel. It was a 20-some minute video. The how JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was influenced by Fist of the North Star. It's still there right now, right? It didn't get taken down or something, did it? Without me knowing. Hold on, let me view my channel. Like, is it still there? Yeah, it's still there. That was from 2 months ago. It's a 25-minute video. So that would have answered your question. But no, but going more into it, I just I was more into JoJo through the more masculine stuff, the Fist of the North Star section. But when it comes to 4, 5, and 6, I was into the early artwork of Part 4. Part 5, there's a bit more of a serious and masculine tone in it, despite all the flamboyancy, but it's not my favorite part. Stone Ocean is Jolene Cujo, what's really driving the series for me. To the point where I think Jolene might be the second favorite Joestar after Jotaro. Because for a while it was Jonathan and Joseph, but the more I thought about Jonathan, the more I thought about he really is Kenshiro light. No, it's very Kenshiro to the point where I'm just like I can't see putting Jonathan that much higher. From Alistair, speaking of RoboCop and DC, I got Mortal Kombat 11 on my Nintendo Switch. I have the game too, but I haven't. I think I have 11 or 10 because I got a Christmas gift. This is like a year or two ago, and I just never really got around to playing it. Actually, I think I gotta end this now. Yeah, good night, everybody. Sorry, I'll try to do this later and during the week, because now I know it is possible. Good night.